Hey, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, soldiers and warriors, chosen ones. This is your sister Fire. And I want to talk to y'all today about how your isolation is your transformation. Yes, your isolation leads to your transformation, my brothers and sisters. And that's a beautiful thing. See, like, when we go into isolation, at least when we first begin to get isolated, I know a lot of times it does not feel good. Okay, it does not feel good. It seems like it's a punishment. You know what I mean? Like God will begin to take friends and family away from you, and you'll just seem like you all alone and like it's a punishment. But from my experience, my brothers and sisters, isolation is not a punishment. It is not a punishment. It's actually something that is needed for you to be able to transform. Okay? For you to be able to grow. God has got to get you somewhere planted and to himself, so that he can make you and mold you into who he created you to be. God told me who I was, y'all. God told me who I was in the year of 2012. And when he told me that at first, I didn't believe him. I didn't even believe I was righteous. I was like, what, God? I'm not righteous. And he had to tell me, he was like, yes, you are righteous. Because I was under that religious spirit at that time and didn't believe I was even righteous. And the Lord said, yes, you are righteous. But the reason I'm bringing that up, my brothers and sisters, is because that was in 2012 that he told me that. And I have had to grow into that person that he said that I am. And I am what he said that I am, because he is not a man that he shall lie. And I've also seen it with my own eyes. You see? So it's a process. And so that's why God has to get you in isolation. Okay? When you go into isolation, that is your time to get in the scriptures. Eat your soul food, which is the word of God. And God will begin to reveal things to you. He will begin to give you revelation knowledge. You will begin to know his voice. Okay? My sheep hear my voice and they know my voice, like the scriptures say. Yes. And you always want to know God's voice, because let me tell you something. The devil always going to come and try to get in your ear and tell you stuff. And you got to be able to decipher God's voice from Satan's voice. So that's very important. Yeah, so when you in isolation, you know, you're going to get in the scriptures. You want to get them in your heart. You want to know God's voice. And you'll begin to learn God's ways and his characteristics, which is another good thing to learn, because the enemy always come to try to portray himself as the angel of light. You see what I'm saying? And so you got to be able to know, that ain't God, because I know how God is. I know his characteristics, and that ain't one of them. You see what I'm saying? So isolation is actually a beautiful thing, even though it does not always feel good. And so isolation is necessary for your transformation, my brothers and sisters. And when you finally come out of isolation, you will see how you have changed. I'm a living witness. I'm a living witness. I mean, wow. I was like, wow, I have changed. And at first, I didn't even see it. Other people seen it on me. And then that's when I began to start to notice and see things. You know what I'm saying? But yes, it's a beautiful thing, you guys and you ladies. And so, yes, and then you will see how you have transformed. So, you know, don't despise your isolation phase. If you are in isolation at this time, my brothers and sisters, it is all for the greater good of you. Okay? It's a beautiful thing. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I love you all. This is your sister Fire, and Until next time.